Erika Jayne has not been found guilty or innocent because the trial keeps getting delayed. But make no mistake, the walls are closing in. What was supposed to be a February 10th, 2026 trial has now been pushed to May 19th, 2026, and this is the final delay. Attorney Ronald Richards, who has been tracking every move in this case, says Erika is desperately trying to hold off the trial and that panic is setting in. The bankruptcy trustee is seeking $25 billion. $592,261,260. And if Erika loses, she will be financially destroyed. Here's everything that's happened in the last few months that you need to know, including breaking information from just days ago. On February 2nd, 2026, attorney Ronald Richards dropped a bomb on social media. Breaking. Erika Girardi is desperately trying to hold off the trial. She has gotten the trustee to agree to a continuance to May 14, 2026. She is providing documents relative to her finances. The parties have told the court this is the last continuance. This was huge news because it meant that the February 10th, 2026 trial date that everyone had been waiting for was being pushed back again. Erika managed to get the trustee to agree to delay the trial, but only because she's finally providing financial documents that have been requested for months. The fact that she's now handing over her financial records suggests she's either trying to negotiate a last-minute settlement or preparing for the worst. 2 days later, on February 4th, 2026, Ronald Richards posted the actual court order with the new dates. The order stated that the deadline for filing second-round pretrial documents was continued from February 4th, 2026 to April 15th, 2026. The final pretrial conference was moved from February 18th, 2026 to April 29th, 2026 at 1:30 p.m. What? And most importantly, the jury trial was continued from March 10th, 2026 to May 19th, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. But here's the critical part that everyone needs to understand. The court order explicitly states no further continuances will be requested. This means May 19th, 2026 is it. There will be no more delays, no more pushing it back. Erika will face a jury on that date whether she's ready or not. The can has been kicked down the road as far as it can go. To understand where we are now, you need to know what happened in late 2025. On December 24th, 2025, Christmas Eve, Ronald Richards posted devastating news for Erika. Settlement talks have broken down completely between Erika Jayne and the trustee. A motion was also filed to gut any remaining defenses she had due to admissions in the Pila case. Pre-trial hearing is less than 30 days away, with a February 2nd, 2026 trial date now a real thing. Erika has little options. Panic sitting in. Let's break down why this was such bad news for Erika. First, settlement talks had been ongoing for months. Erika desperately wanted to settle this case and avoid going to trial. She had a full day of mediation on September 22nd, 2025. When that didn't work, they reset mediation for October 7th, 2025. Ronald Richards said at the time that Erika was desperately trying to settle and that she could either roll the dice and risk insolvency or work out a principled settlement. But the settlement never happened. By December 2025, negotiations had broken down completely. Sources told the U.S. Sun that Erika was never going to settle and would stand trial to clear her name. But Ronald Richards painted a different picture. He suggested that the trustee wasn't willing to accept the settlement terms Erika was offering, and that Erika couldn't come up with enough money to make a settlement worthwhile for the victims she allegedly benefited from stealing. The second devastating piece of news from that December 24th post was about the Pila case. Ronald said a motion was filed to gut any remaining defenses Erika had due to admissions she made in a completely different lawsuit. This is crucial because it means Erika said things in one case that are now being used against her in this case. We'll get to the Pila case in detail shortly, but the short version is that Erika lost her appeal in that $18 million lawsuit from designer Christopher Pila. Now, in statements she made in that case, are now destroying her defenses in the bankruptcy trustee case. The lawsuit at the center of all this drama was filed in April 2022 by Alyssa D. Miller, the bankruptcy trustee for Tom Girardi's defunct law firm, Girardi Keese. The trustee is seeking exactly $25 million from Erika Jayne and her company EJ Global, LLC. This isn't a criminal case. Erika hasn't been charged with any crimes. This is a civil fraudulent conveyance lawsuit. not which means the trustee is trying to claw back money that they believe was fraudulently transferred out of the law firm. Here's how the money allegedly flowed. According to court records, over a 12-year period from 2008 to 2020, Tom Girardi's law firm paid more than $25 million to cover Erika's personal and business expenses. The records show over $14 million in American Express charges made directly by Erika on cards issued to her, plus an additional $11 million in vendor payments made exclusively for Erika's benefit. What kind of expenses are we talking about? The lawsuit says the payments were used for Erika's glam squad, her wardrobe, her jewelry, her credit card bills, and all the costs associated with promoting Erika personally as an entertainer and reality television star. Every outfit you saw her wear on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, every perfectly applied makeup look, every designer handbag, every piece of jewelry, all of it was allegedly paid for with money stolen from Tom Girardi's clients, including widows, orphans, burn victims, and families of plane crash victims. The trustee's argument is simple. It doesn't matter whether Erika knew the money was stolen. Under bankruptcy law, if you receive money that was fraudulently transferred from a bankrupt entity, you have to give it back so it can be distributed to creditors. The legal term is fraudulent conveyance. Even if Erika genuinely believed Tom was legitimately wealthy and didn't know he was stealing from clients, she still has to return the money because it rightfully belongs to Tom's victims. Erika's defense has always been that she had no knowledge of Tom's criminal activity. Her attorney, Evan Bors, has repeatedly stated that Erika never worked at the law firm, never received even a penny from the transactions at issue, and her biggest mistake was putting trust in her then-husband. Niborgas describes Erika as an entertainer with a 12th grade education who had no reason to suspect her husband, a respected attorney, was running a criminal enterprise. But the trustee argues that Erika either signed or authorized every charge made to the relevant American Express accounts and approved all vendor payments knowing that she had no ability to pay for the charges and invoices. They claim she was an insider in the scheme and that her actions show badges of fraud. Essentially, Nish the trustee is saying that even if Erika didn't know where the money was coming from initially, at some point she must have realized something was wrong, because there's no way she believed she could afford a $25 million lifestyle. In October 2025, Erika lost a major legal battle in a completely separate case that's now making the bankruptcy trustee case much worse for her. Fashion designer Christopher Pila sued Erika for $18 million, claiming she falsely accused him and his company, Marco Marco, of making fraudulent charges totaling nearly $800,000 on her American Express card. The charges were made between 2013 and 2018, and Erika claims she didn't authorize them and that Pila had stolen from her. But Pila fought back, saying that Erika absolutely did authorize the charges and was lying to avoid paying her bills. He sued her for defamation and other claims. Erika tried to get the case dismissed under California's anti-SLAPP law, which protects people from lawsuits designed to silence them. She lost at the trial court level, and then in October 2025, she lost her appeal. The case is moving forward, and Erika now faces the prospect of owing Pila $18 million on top of the $25 million the bankruptcy trustee is seeking. Here's why this matters for the bankruptcy trustee case. During the Pila litigation, why Erika had to make statements and admissions about her finances, her knowledge of expenses, and her involvement in approving charges. Those admissions are now being used against her in the bankruptcy case. Remember Ronald Richards' December 24th, 2025 post, where he said a motion was filed to gut any remaining defenses she had due to admissions in the SA case. That's what he was referring to. The trustee, is essentially arguing that Erika can't claim she had no knowledge of expenses in the bankruptcy case when she made admissions in the Sila case that show she did have knowledge of expenses and did approve charges. She's trapped in a contradiction. If she admits she knew about and approved expenses in one case, she can't claim ignorance in the other case. Ronald Richards said Erika's defense that Girardi kept the books, and she didn't know about the ledger or the account was named to her LLC, so she gets a pass, is a loser. To fully understand Erika's situation, you need to know what happened to Tom Girardi. In August 2024, Tom was convicted of wire fraud for embezzling at least $15 million from his former clients. The jury found him guilty after a trial where prosecutors presented evidence that Tom had been running a Ponzi scheme for years, yet stealing settlement money meant for clients and using it to fund his and Erika's lavish lifestyle. In June 2025, Tom was sentenced to 87 months in federal prison. That's over 7 years behind bars. Tom surrendered himself to begin his sentence in July 2025. And as of March 1st, 2026, he's currently incarcerated serving his time. Tom is 86 years old, which means there's a very real possibility he will die in prison, given the length of his sentence and his age. During Tom's criminal trial, the government argued that a key piece of his criminal scheme involved misappropriating funds to support his and Erika's extravagant lifestyle. But here's what's important. Erika was never charged criminally. She was never called as a witness by either the prosecution or the defense. The government apparently didn't have enough evidence to charge her with crimes, or they decided that going after Tom was sufficient. Erika's attorney has pointed to Tom's criminal trial as proof that Erika did nothing wrong. He said that if Erika had committed crimes, the government would have charged her. The fact that they didn't charge her means she's innocent, according to her lawyer. But the bankruptcy trustee has a different view. They say that just because Erika wasn't charged criminally doesn't mean she's not liable civilly for the money she received. Criminal cases require proof beyond a reasonable doubt, where civil cases only require a preponderance of the evidence, which is a much lower standard. The trustee believes they can prove Erika should pay the money back, even if they can't prove she committed crimes. As of March 1st, 2026, all evidence suggests that Erika is broke or close to it. She's been forced to hand over financial documents to the bankruptcy trustee as part of the February 2026 continuance agreement. Those documents will show exactly how much money Erika has and where it's located. Attorney Ronald Richards has said that Erika is desperately trying to settle, which suggests she doesn't have $25 million lying around to pay if she loses at trial. Erika is still appearing on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Season 15 is currently in production as of March 2026. She's presumably earning somewhere between $600,000 and $1 million per season based on historical RHB salaries for veteran cast members. But that Bravo paycheck is her primary source of income now, and it's not nearly enough to pay back $25 million if she loses the bankruptcy case. She's also facing the $18 million Sila lawsuit. Plus, there's a Florida lawsuit where she faces a $300,000 default judgment. If you add up all her potential liabilities, Erika could theoretically owe over $43 million. If every single plaintiff wins their case, there's simply no way she has that kind of money. Even if she had saved every penny she ever made from RH, OB, and all her other ventures, it wouldn't be enough. Ronald Richards has said that Erika can either roll the dice and risk insolvency or work out a principled settlement. The term insolvency is key. It means being unable to pay your debts. If Erika loses the bankruptcy trustee case and is ordered to pay $25 million, she will be insolvent. She'll have to declare bankruptcy herself. Her wages could be garnished. Her assets could be seized. She could spend the rest of her life trying to pay off a debt she'll never fully satisfy. Assuming there are no more delays, which the court has said there won't be, the trial will begin on May 19, 2026 at 8:30 a.m. It's expected to last between 7 to 10 days. This will be a jury trial, meaning Erika's fate will be decided by ordinary citizens, not a judge. The jury will hear evidence from both sides and then deliberate to reach a verdict. The trustee will present evidence showing the $25 million in payments from Tom's law firm to Erika and EJ Global. They'll show the American Express statements with Erika's charges. They'll show the vendor invoices for her glam squad, her wardrobe, her lifestyle expenses. They'll argue that Erika signed or authorized every expense, that she knew she wasn't paying for any of it, and that she must have known something was wrong because no legitimate entertainer makes $25 million to spend on personal expenses over 12 years. Erika's attorneys will argue that she had no knowledge of Tom's crimes, that she trusted her husband completely, and that she believed his law firm was legitimately successful and could afford to pay her company's expenses. They'll portray Erika as a victim of Tom's manipulation. Find an entertainer with limited education who was kept in the dark about his criminal scheme. They'll argue that it's unfair to make Erika pay back money that she spent years ago and no longer has. The jury will have to decide whether they believe Erika's claims of ignorance or whether they think she had to have known something was wrong. It's a credibility battle. Does the jury see Erika as an innocent wife betrayed by her criminal husband? Or do they see her as someone who lived a lavish lifestyle on stolen money and chose not to ask questions because she liked the life she was living? One critical detail: even though Erika was granted a legal win in 2022, when a judge ruled she had no actual knowledge of Tom's crimes regarding specific clients, that ruling doesn't end the bankruptcy case. Her company, EJ Global, is still a defendant and will stand trial. And Erika has been ordered to appear personally for trial via subpoena, meaning she'll have to testify. Her testimony under oath will be crucial. If the jury doesn't believe her, or if she contradicts herself, it could destroy her case. If the jury finds against Erika and orders her to pay back the full $25,592,261,260, her life will change dramatically and permanently. She won't be able to afford to pay that judgment, which means the trustee will go after her assets. Anything she owns outright could be seized and sold. Her future earnings could be garnished, meaning a percentage of every paycheck from RH, OBH, or any other work would go directly to the trustee before Erika ever sees it. She would likely be forced to file for bankruptcy herself. That would be the ultimate irony. Erika filing for bankruptcy because of her ex-husband's bankruptcy. A bankruptcy filing would provide some protection from creditors, but it would also mean liquidating assets and living under court supervision for years. It would be public, humiliating, and would essentially confirm that everything people suspected about her financial situation was true. The judgment would follow her forever. Even if she rebuilt her career and started making money again, the debt would be there waiting. And it's not just the $25 million from the bankruptcy trustee. There's still the Pila lawsuit for $18 million and the Florida judgment for $300,000. Erika could spend the rest of her life under crushing financial obligations she'll never escape. There's also the question of whether Bravo would keep her on Rob if she loses. The network has been remarkably loyal to Erika throughout this scandal, allowing her to tell her side of the story across multiple seasons. But if a jury finds that she benefited from $25 million in stolen money and orders her to pay it back, at some point Bravo has to consider whether continuing to employ her sends the wrong message. Victims of Tom Girardi's crimes are still waiting to be compensated. Watching Erika earn a Bravo salary while owing them millions might be too much for the network to defend. If Erika wins at trial, it would be a stunning vindication. A jury would be saying that they believe she genuinely didn't know about Tom's crimes and that it would be unjust to make her pay back money she received in good faith. She would walk away from the $25 million bankruptcy trustee lawsuit without owing anything. But winning wouldn't mean Erika is in the clear. She still has the Silo lawsuit for $18 million to deal with. She still has the Florida judgment, and she still has the court of public opinion, which has largely decided she's guilty regardless of what legal proceedings determine. Winning at trial wouldn't erase 4 years of being called a liar, a thief, and complicit in her husband's crimes. Her reputation is permanently damaged. Even if she wins, the financial cost of defending herself has been enormous. More legal fees for a case like this easily run into the millions. Erika has reportedly gone through multiple law firms and attorneys. Someone is paying those legal bills. And if it's Erika, that money is gone forever, even if she wins. The trial is May 19th, 2026. No more delays. Erika is providing financial documents and settlement talks collapsed. If she loses, she owes $25 million plus $18 million in the designer case. Bankruptcy, garnished wages, life over. This is the end game. Subscribe for updates when the verdict drops.